What's up everybody, it's Justin again. Today we're doing another Torq servo testing video, this time the TCM-1022, which will be one of many videos in a series of servo tests from Torq. Before we get started, I'll display the specs of the servo for you guys, then we will get out the tools and get started on assembly. When it comes to tools, you're going to need a small Phillips head screwdriver, a 1.5mm Allen wrench, and either a pair of pliers or a 4mm nut driver. Once the servo horn has been dropped out of the way and the two screws have been removed holding the servo in place, move to the top side where you're going to clip the zip tie and then unplug the servo. Once that is complete, carefully feed the wire out through the chassis and remove the servo completely. Now let's start reassembling everything. We're going to shoot the servo lead right through this little access hole right here. Once it is on the top side, route the wire the way you would like it and secure it properly. I didn't have any zip ties on hand, so I used the twist tie. I will be replacing this. Now onto the servo horn. Take the long single servo horn they supply and cut it down to the second hole. Now before proceeding any further, power on the vehicle and make sure that your steering trim is set to 0. After that, we can bust out the Loctite and get the servo horn in place. Now we're ready for some testing. Steering response is overall pretty quick, yet it also displays very good low speed controllability as well. Here's a quick display of turning radius for you. Remember, this thing is a large truck, so it doesn't have a turning radius quite like a 4x4. Now let's start putting it to an actual test. Once we get the truck into the rocks, we can really see what this servo has to offer. In fact, it has enough to offer that we immediately have to upgrade the plastic steering links to something metal to truly get the full potential out of the servo. This is more of a test of outright climbing ability rather than servo performance, but I assure you, trying to position your vehicle going up this hill is absolutely key to trying to get up through here properly. I can honestly feel the difference between stock servo and the upgrade. Just coming up through here makes a big difference. Now we just need to add some more front weight and some good tires to this and really unlock its crawling potential. Now the truck in complete stock form did slay the cardboard bridge of death no problem, but I wanted to go ahead and run this back to show you guys. It really does make a difference having a good servo, because you can turn into the blocks and really make those front tires grip up more when you have that extra torque. I have to mention the truck handles descending off of the obstacles much better with the extra steering torque. Compare this to its first video and you'll see the difference. Here I'm going to flutter the steering so I can break traction and make the truck slide down to the next level of rock. This works much better when you have a high torque servo. In fact, it's a technique of descending down an obstacle that you really don't get to unlock until you have a good servo. This isn't anything too crazy, but I do remember the truck struggling to get to the top of this and to make the left-hand turn to come down. Now, doesn't seem to be an issue. Before upgrading the servo, this was at least a 3-point turn. Go for it. Here's another line that the truck had difficulties with originally with the stock servo, but now with the extra torque, it can pull itself up through this little gully, no problem. In my opinion, that was a pretty sweet recovery. Jeffrey did a good job driving. Now, this is an obstacle that many people despise. We put this in a competition a while back and had, let's say, mediocre results at best. Not a lot of people had success getting up through here. Funny enough though, the Arktos actually did pretty well. Just a little finagling once we got to the top here, repositioned the truck, and then it creeped the obstacle like nobody's business. Quite impressive, honestly. All in all, testing went incredibly smooth with no issues, and the servo was a clear upgrade over stock. Now keep in mind they do make an MLS 1024, which is a direct axle mounted servo solution for this truck. The only reason you do not see that servo here is it'll be on my next video on the Juice Up Edition CR18. However, whether you would like to go MLS or would like to use the standard servo mount, Torq has plenty of options available for you. I appreciate everybody watching, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments of the video. I'll gladly answer. Thanks everybody. Have a good one.